Today, we're going to take a look at the MACD indicator, the MACD. That is short for Moving Average Convergence Divergence. Now, there's already a ton of videos out there that talk about the MACD, but I've been asked about this over and over again. So I'm going to put my own twist on this, and I'm going to show you how to stop trading it wrong and how to trade it. So when you do look for the signals, they're a little bit more appropriate. Now, I want you to understand how the MACD works. So what we're going to do is get your own version of the MACD on your charts. This is my UBFX MACD, but you could find your own version in TradingView. Go to Indicators, go to Technicals, and then type in Moving Average. And what you'll see down here is under Technicals, Moving Average Convergence Divergence. So I'll add that to the chart. Now, I'm going to make this MACD look like my own MACD. So I'll double click on it to select it. The settings will be 12, 26. The signal will be 9. Oscillator type is the EMA. The signal type is going to be an SMA. Now, if we go to the colors, the top is going to be a light green. Color 1 is going to be a darker green. Color 2 is going to be my darker red. Color 3 is going to be my lighter red. The MACD line, I'm going to make that a little bit thicker. I'll keep it the blue. The signal line, I like to make that one red. And we are good to go. So now we've got two MACDs that should be identical. My UBFX MACD that has a few other tools added to it, and the default MACD on TradingView. Now, what I want to do is show you how the MACD works. So I'm going to start eliminating some things. Now, I've got two different moving averages on the chart. I've got a 12 EMA and a 26 EMA. So the red line is 12, the blue line is 26. That is the default settings for the MACD indicator. Now, the MACD indicator has three parts to it. It's got a MACD line. It's got this red signal line, looks like a moving average, and it's got a histogram. So I'm going to go into this MACD and I'll remove some of these components. I'll remove the histogram and I'll remove the signal line. We'll do this. All right, so with the MACD line, which is what we're seeing with the blue line, the MACD line shows us the separation between these two moving averages, the 12 and the 26. If the 12 is above the 26, the MACD line will be above its zero line. If the 12 is below the 26, the MACD line will be below its zero line. If you can imagine taking the chart and then stretching it out so that the slower moving average becomes a flat line. That flat line will become the zero line on the MACD indicator. And to show us the difference, this faster moving average, whether it's above or below, is going to be what this MACD line is. And this MACD line shows us how far apart these two moving averages are. So if we pick a spot on the MACD, and I'll put a couple of vertical lines on here just so that we have something to look at and make sure we're looking at the exact right spot. If I take my measuring tool and I see how far away we are from that zero line, we can see we're 9.7 pips. If I take a look at that same spot on the price and see how far apart those moving averages are, we can see that we are 9.7 pips. So the distance between the MACD line and the zero line is the distance between the 12 EMA and the 26 EMA. So the MACD line on its own is something called a price oscillator. It's not quite the MACD just yet. And as we're looking at the MACD, we'll see that the MACD moves away from the zero line and comes back to the zero line. When the MACD is moving away from the zero line, the two moving averages are separating or diverging. When the MACD is coming in towards the zero line, the two moving averages on the chart are narrowing or converging. This is where the name moving average convergence divergence comes from. Now, like I said before, this is a price oscillator. There is nothing new with the price oscillator. It's what happens next that turns the price oscillator into a MACD. What we're going to do now is add a signal line to this MACD line. So let's get into that indicator, and I want to turn on that signal line. Now, we don't have a histogram yet. What we do have is a moving average of the MACD line. And the final piece of this MACD puzzle is the histogram. Now, with the histogram there, what we're looking at is the difference between the MACD line and the signal line. Just the same way that the MACD line is the difference between the two different moving averages on the chart, the histogram is the difference between the two moving averages on the MACD. So if the MACD line is above the signal line, we have a histogram that is above that flat 0 line. And in this case, it's green. And when the MACD line is below the signal line, the MACD histogram drops below its 0 line. And in this case, it turns red. Where we have the MACD line and the signal line touching each other, there is no separation, so it'll be at 0. And the same thing with the moving averages. If we have these two moving averages together, the MACD will be at its 0 line. So when we have the MACD line above the 0 line, we have a moving average uptrend. When we have the MACD line dropping below the 0 line, we have a moving average downtrend. Now, what the MACD is doing with this signal line is it's showing us momentum or the strength of this trend. When these moving averages start to come together, we're going to find that the MACD line starts to move towards its 0 line, but it also crosses its signal line, showing us that the momentum is starting to fail, but not that the trend has changed yet. That is not a trend indicator. We are not looking at the trend using the histogram. The histogram shows us momentum, and we want to keep that very, very clear. So we are looking at what side of this 0 line is the MACD line, and then we're looking at the strength of the trend with the histogram. Now, what's happening is a lot of traders are trying to trade the switch of the MACD histogram. So let's take a look at some examples of that. Now, a good example of this is when you have a trend intact. At least some traders are trying to trade as the market moves back into the trending direction. So in this case, we have an uptrend. We can see that the blue MACD line is above the 0 line. And as the price pulls back, we see that that momentum is starting to fall off and we get this red histogram. Now, what traders are trying to do is place a trade when that histogram turns back into that trending direction. So if I place a vertical line on that first histogram bar, what we're seeing is the worst possible place to get into a trade. Trading the MACD histogram for signals is one of the worst ways that you could take a signal. And this, at least, is when you're doing it with the trend. We have too many traders out there trying to trade the reversals based purely on the histogram. Taking a short trade simply because the histogram drops below 0. Again, that's a terrible way to trade. You are not going to get reliable signals doing this. The MACD indicator is not for signals. I will show you how you can get some signals out of this, but this isn't how you do it. The MACD histogram is a momentum indicator, and as far as I'm concerned, it's one of the best momentum indicators. And having the histogram as part of a price oscillator really does show us the strength of the current trend. In an example such as this, we're seeing that the trend is up, but as this histogram starts to shrink, we're seeing that although the trend is up, the momentum is starting to fail. Now, what I want to do is go into this and show you how to properly trade if you are going to trade the MACD. I want to make an adjustment to this MACD. The MACD standard is 12 and 26, which means it's looking at two moving averages on the chart, a 12 EMA and a 26 EMA. I do not use the 12 and the 26. So I am not going to use a MACD that is set at 12 and 26. I am going to make some changes to this so that it reflects a trading system that I do use. The 12 is going to become 13. Now that's not a lot different, but the 26 is going to become a 50. So now I've got a 13 and a 50 moving average on the chart. I am going to make that same adjustment to the MACD. I'm going to turn that to a 13 and a 50. For now, let's keep the signal line at 9 and let's apply that to the chart. Now we've got a MACD that better reflects the market and the way I'm trading the market. And you'll notice that the MACD histogram is a little bit smoother. The MACD line itself is a little bit smoother, and we're going to get better signals using the MACD this way if this is the way you're going to continue to use it. I'm going to make one more adjustment to this MACD. Now you can see that there are two different reds and there's two different greens. I'm going to change these just to red and green. So color 1 is going to be red and color 2 is going to be green. And this is going to give it a little bit of a different look. So now we're going to take a look at the MACD again using these altered settings. What I'm looking for, if I'm going to be trading this, is a pullback into the moving averages. That concept doesn't change. Before I take a trade, I'm looking for a trend to develop. I'm looking for a market to move away from the moving averages. I'm looking for the price to get into those moving averages and then continue in the trending direction. And we can use the MACD to help us do this if we are using these colors. Now, the first thing is to find the trend. And if the histogram remains underneath throughout this whole downtrend, I'm not going to be looking to the histogram bars for the colors. I'm going to be using my standard elimination trade, my standard engulfing trade, something like that. But if the histogram does change sides and we get this histogram moving up above the zero line in a downtrend, what I'll be looking for is the histogram to turn red while still on the top side if I'm looking for a short trade. So if I do this, let's mark that one off right here. We've got that histogram turning red, the trend is down, and I'll mark that off on the chart. And we could see we get a much better entry signal if we are using the histogram this way. Now, if I mark off where the traditional entry signal would be, we'd be looking at it right in here. And that's not a terrible trade, but it is not the trade that I'd want to take. I'd want to take this trade as close to this area as possible, as close to the sweet spot as I possibly can. Now, we can take a look at a couple of different trade examples. There's a couple in here. So we've got a trade example here. We've got a trade example in here as well. So if we are looking at this from this point of view, we've got the downtrend. The MACD line is below the zero line. The MACD histogram moves above the zero line. So now we've got this bullish histogram. That first red histogram bar could be that signal to go short. So we are looking at the vertical lines on the chart. This gives us a very timely entry. We got the price pulling in between these moving averages and then closing outside. And that bullish histogram has turned red, meaning the momentum is now starting to drop. So we've got this downtrend. The market pulls up. We get the red histogram bar after that histogram has turned bullish. This would make for a much better entry than something down here. If we're looking at that traditional entry, we'd be looking at an entry right here, which is probably the worst place to be taking this kind of trade. The next trade could be right in here. So we'd be looking for a trade opportunity to go short here. The same thing happens. We've got a downtrend. The price pulls back into those moving averages. The histogram turns bullish as it gets above that zero line. If I mark this off one more time, we are looking now at a much better entry than if we were waiting for the histogram to drop below that zero level, which would be right here. So you could see how using the histogram properly, if you're going to be trading with the histogram, makes a huge difference than waiting for the histogram itself to turn up and turn down. Now, again, I must stress that the MACD was never built to give you trading signals. It is a momentum indicator. It is not built to give you trading signals. We have a couple of buy examples in here that we can take a look at. The trend is up. The MACD line is above the zero line. The histogram drops below its zero line. And again, if I mark off that histogram and I mark off the price, we get a very actionable entry. We get the pullback, we get the close above this moving average. The MACD histogram gives us a signal to go long, and we could be in this long trade. We get another instance right next to it where the pullback is severe enough to drop the histogram below its zero line. So let's mark this one off as well. Again, we get another actionable signal to go long. So if you're going to trade the MACD histogram, this would be the way to do it. All right, I hope this helps. This is how the MACD works, and this is how you can use the MACD to actually make money with it. Most traders that use the MACD fail terribly, and with some luck, this video will help you change all of that. If you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. That helps me very much, and it does let me know that you like the content that I'm making. And if you like the content that I'm making, I know to keep making more of it. Thank you for sticking with me, and I will see you in the next video.